like the eagle watching the direction of the wind, and then it spreads its wings. That's what we call soaring. It does not fly. The eagle soars. Please look up. This is the most important purpose of God in your life as far as earth is concerned. As far as earth is concerned, the third point I give you is that only God can give you true peace and fulfillment. Please write it down. The third reason why you need God in your life is that only your connection with God guarantees peace and fulfillment. Everybody please say peace and fulfillment. Most people, please look up. You see, respectfully speaking, most of us here there are very few people here who are already established from all of the indications of establishment. And so most of us are on a journey or beginning the journey to establishment and so on and so forth. So you may not value things like peace and fulfillment because you are still trying to make ends meet. There is a level when you get to, you will find out that nothing in life sustains the ability to give you peace. The highest index for measuring wealth is peace. Write it now in advance and thank me decades to come. The highest index for measuring wealth, for measuring relevance is peace. The highest measure of wealth and freedom, that's what I wrote here. The highest measure of wealth and freedom is peace. 3 scriptures quickly. Romans chapter 5 verse 1. Chapter 5. Therefore, being justified by faith, Koinonia, read on with me, we have peace with God. Hold on, don't rush. Peace with God is different from the peace of God. Peace with God means I have made my way right with God. Peace with God is not the same as the peace of God, that you have made peace with God. That means when I look at God, I stand with joy, knowing that there is no barrier that interrupts fellowship. Peace with God. Peace with God. It says we are justified by faith, and now we have peace with God. Most people do not have peace with God. We may have money, we may have titles, and these things are not wrong. We may have all of the things that people chase after, but when you lack peace with God, there is a serious problem. Because at the end of your life, what will give you fulfillment is knowing that my ways are right with God. Look how the generals that transited in recent times transited. Reinhard Bonnke, knowing that his time was almost there, it was with joy and gladness. He came to Nigeria, preached he knew it was his last message. He said it. He had raised Daniel Kolenda. He had put everything in place. And he said, Earth, I see you when we join the cloud of witnesses to come and pick the rest. He waved Earth by. Peace with God. These men knew where they were going. They were not hoping. No. Billy Graham, one of the few people who finished his assignment and remained and were just watching Earth. You will know a man has finished his assignment. Set up the Billy Graham Institute, and when it was time, with honor and with joy, he waved his hand. Same thing, T.L. Osborne. There are people who wake up and say, where am I? They say, you are not on earth again. No, it's over. It's over. What happened? The last thing I know is that I left one city. I was hurrying up to go. It's over. Period. Where is my PA? It doesn't exist here. Where is my certificate? It doesn't exist here. Peace with God. John 14:27. It's a good Valentine message, isn't it? John 14:27. Read on with me, Koinonia. Ready? 1, 2, read. Peace I leave with you. Listen, listen, listen. Jesus is speaking here. Peace I leave with you. Among the many things, listen, there are 2 things the Bible tells us we should expect. 1, peace. 2, the Holy Ghost. Peace I leave with you. You need it so much. Forget joy, it will come. But peace I live with you. My peace I give unto you, not as the world gives. It says, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. That means these 2 things will remain in your destiny until the peace of God comes to drive them out. Trouble, fear will remain in your heart until the peace of God comes to build a garrison. The peace of God. Shalom. Nothing missing, nothing broken. A state of restfulness. Look at me. The peace of God is not based on results. The peace of God is a supernatural impartation of that dimension. You can be in the midst of fire, yet you are like the still waters. If you are waiting for everything to be in place for you to have peace, that's how the world gives. But there is the peace of God that in spite of every storm in your life and your family, it is true that you've not paid your rent. It is true that things are, haywire, your academics, your life is true. You've not had a child yet. And people see you and you are completely restful. Because there are few things that are worth dying for. There's a peace that I have in spite of all the sadness that surrounds me, and this peace in my heart only comes alive every time I hear your voice. It comes alive. There are some of you who are doctors here. Look at me. Young people now are depressed over nothing. It's because they have not had this message. You see people wrinkled, you guess and say you are 40. Say, no, I just clocked 28. What has added your age like that? The trouble that continues to disturb people. I need to make it. I'm not teaching you to be irresponsible, but hear me, you will die for nothing. And the world will bury you and keep moving. You need to learn to come to a point where you say, hey, shut the door at every trouble and everything and find rest. He leads me beside the still water. Life has a noisy way of depressing you. Left, right, till now you've not gotten a job. Till now you've not married, the child has not come, this has not happened, today Valentine, nobody called you again. You see, all those kinds of, listen to me. When those things happen, it's amazing. Your BP begins to rise. You know why? You are thinking nonsense. That is not the mind of Christ. And yet you can be completely at peace. Where will my school fees come from? Where will my rent come from? Listen, worry does not solve today's problems. Worry kills today's peace. It kills today's opportunities. It destroys tomorrow's door, so that you cannot even make progress in your life. Jesus took a whole chapter to talk about worry. Listen, this is a very powerful message. Learn peace now. Don't wait till they pay you salary. If your peace depends on your external environment, Satan has mastered you. It means you are about to die fast. Only comes alive every time I hear your voice. Not every time I receive an alert. Not every time I receive an award. Not every time I feel I am making progress. The voice of God is my peace. A state of restfulness, not irresponsibility, restfulness. Lord, you are in control. Why will you be awake and I'll be awake too? One of us should sleep. You have chosen that you do not sleep nor slumber, so let me find sleep. Many people don't sleep because of all kinds of depression. What is happening to my father? What is happening to my mother? And Satan just adjusts. Hey, do you know they just said that the land that your house was built upon, there's supposed to be a road there, and they're going, what will I do? And you see people, no. Say, my soul, find rest. One more time, prophesy. Say, my soul, find rest. This is how champions live. They are shockingly peaceful. Because many times when there is noise in your life, the voice of God is not there. There can be an earthquake and he's not in it. There can be all kinds of winds, and when all that nonsense is gone, then here he comes, the still small voice. Are we together? Do you know that every time we are troubled, we should change the power of God from coming to our lives? It is only when you are at rest. Even doctors will tell you, when they want to carry out surgical operations on patients and they find out that their BP is vacillating, they will have to say, look, find a way of stabilizing these people emotionally. Is that true? They gather their family members to crack jokes. They find something that makes them happy. It's been proven that when family members are gathered around sick patients or things they like, it can aid their recovery. I was watching, I think it was the day before yesterday or so, on the news when they were showing people in China dancing to ease the coronavirus, and people were just dancing, and if it makes them happy, why not? Listen, beware of prolonged depression, gloominess. When the peace of God does not find expression in your life, death is being ministered to you. You are dying already. It's not when you are sick and cannot move. Are we blessed? Peace. 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 verse 16. Now the Lord of peace himself give you peace. How long? By all means. You know what by all means means? Whatever it will take God to shake to ensure that you remain. The Lord of peace himself give you peace always, by all means. The Lord be with you all. The Lord will give you peace by all means. That is, it is based on his desire to give you peace that he prospers you. If he notices that the peace is being interrupted because of poverty, he will switch and attack poverty and take it personal. Not because he's really interested in money. The goal is that you find peace. Please understand this. When God lifts you, when God blesses you, when God wipes your tears, this is what he wants to give you. And he said, by all means. This is why he keeps pumping mysteries upon mysteries. He's giving you all the keys. It is his by all means agenda to make sure that whatever it will take, you do not remain small. The Lord of peace himself will give you peace always, by all means. Are we blessed? So your relationship with God, this is the first most important priority in your life. Please look up. Believers, hear me. It matters that you make up your mind now that nothing will ever make me leave God in this life. You will think what I'm saying is very simple and very easy. No. Make up your mind. What shall separate us, the Bible says, from the love of God? Then he begins to list many things. For many people, they've not even seen 1/10 of those things, and yet they are saying, God, I will waive you and will reconsider it when you are serious with me. People have left God because of marriage. People have left God because of money. People have left God because of education. People have left God because of all of those things. That you get to a point where you say, Lord, the issue of leaving you is like an initiation. I'm there and there for good. Make up your mind that I'm stuck with you, and I'm stuck with you genuinely. I'm not using you. I am here to stay, and I'm here to stay eternally. Now listen, your relationship with God is worth fighting for. Your relationship with God is worth dying for. Your relationship with God is the highest, the noblest pursuit on earth. Fail in every other area of your life and ensure that you are rich towards God. You still won. Did you hear what I said? Yes, sir. There were two men hanging on the tree. They were thieves. And one of them was arguing and talking a lot of nonsense towards Jesus. And the other one, you know, began to call on his mercy. And he said, this day, you will be with me in paradise. Straight up. Because he made a decision to be connected to God. Many people would rather be connected to politicians than God. Rather be connected to this. Now, men are important, but God first. In the beginning, God. It must remain so. In the beginning. Not later in the equation. God. In the beginning, God. God is not an option when all else fails. You say, God, talk. Since there's nowhere to go, let me just, no. In the beginning and from the beginning.